Well, I've been tracking this guy down for a few days now. I heard about him and about this amazing workshop, and he's in here somewhere, and his name is Mark, and oh, there he is. Mark,
hello.
Hey, good to see you.
You made it. You found me.
Yeah, good grief, what goes on here?
So what goes on here is a multitude of things. I teach wheel making and carriage building and lathe work, which is what we're doing today with a couple of students, and I also rent out spaces for other people to have workshops, and people come in and hire my space to use from time to time. We do music events as well with a real eclectic range of music, and yeah, just those are my two passions, wood and music. Yeah.
Now this is an absolute dream for anybody who enjoys using their hands. How did it start with you? I mean, you've obviously got some kind of craft background.
Yeah, wasn't running in the family. My parents were farming, but my mother's mother gave me a carpentry toolkit when I was 7, and I still possess some of those tools from that toolkit because it was a really good quality little toolkit. That triggered me. We had woodworking classes at school. That got me into it even more, and then by the time I went to my 3rd boarding school, they had a really good woodwork shop, they had a really good woodwork teacher, and then at the age of 12 I read the most life-changing book for me, and I read a book by a guy called George Sturt, who did a book called The Village Wheelwright, or The Wheelwright Shop, can't remember the title. Okay, so our current project is this vehicle here. A friend of mine found it in France a few years ago, brought it all the way back to England, and we're rebuilding it. It's a Parisian carriage dating from about 1907, and a lot of the woodwork has rotted, so we're replacing, and as you can see we've replaced most of the material in 3 of the wheels. 4th wheel here is having some new fellies, and then she's going to build the whole of the new upper carriage herself.
Well, Mark, you've got so many amazing museum piece tools here.
Yeah.
I mean, where do we begin? But maybe you could pick out a favourite.
I'll just pick out one. Well,
yeah.
Actually, 2 of my favourites.
Okay.
They're called hub boring engines, and they're both up here. I don't know if the camera will pick them out, but the spiky thing with the handles on top, and the one on your right is probably 18th century, and the one on the left is 19th century, and they were to make the holes through the hubs of the wheels for the horse-drawn vehicles.
Wow. I mean, how on earth do you keep all these tools sharp, Mark? I mean, look at these saws.
Luckily, we have a saw doctor just up the road in the village. Ah. So I'll have to introduce you to him as well.
This is country life.
It is country life, yeah.
Well, great. I know you're in the middle of teaching some turneries, so I won't delay you anymore, but thanks very much, Mark. I'm going to wander around and have a look at some of your tools, if I may.
Yeah, you can. Of course you can. Just go around.
Well, I met Mark by complete chance. I was wandering around the country lanes here in the West Country, and I was just staggered. In fact, somebody said I ought to meet him, and wow, it's such a visual feast. Fantastic.
Great. Good. Lovely to meet you.